The old garage stood at the edge of a busy highway, surrounded by dusty roads and the constant sound of passing trucks. Every morning, before the sun climbed high into the bright blue daytime sky, Rowan Mercer rolled open the heavy metal doors with tired hands. He was a single father raising his 12-year-old son, Eli, after losing his wife years earlier. Life had never been easy, but Rowan believed that honest work could carry a family through almost anything. For 10 long years, one company kept sending truckloads of broken engines to his tiny garage. Everyone believed those engines were nothing more than worthless scrap. But Rowan never complained. He quietly repaired what he could, recycled the rest, and somehow managed to keep food on the table. If you believe kindness and second chances can change lives, please like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to Heartwarming Tales for more emotional stories that warm the heart. The engines always came from one powerful corporation owned by the ambitious CEO, Vanessa Holloway. Her luxury automobile company was famous for expensive vehicles and billion-dollar contracts. To her executives, Rowan's little garage was simply the cheapest place to dump defective engines. Nobody from headquarters ever bothered asking what happened after the trucks disappeared down the dusty road. Rowan accepted every delivery because turning them away meant losing his only reliable source of income. Every cracked block, bent piston, and damaged crankshaft became another challenge he faced with patience instead of anger. His garage slowly became more than a repair shop. It became a classroom for Eli, who spent afternoons after school handing his father tools, cleaning workbenches, and learning that broken things deserved one more chance before being thrown away. Rowan often reminded his son that people and machines shared something important. Both could surprise the world when someone believed in them. Money remained painfully tight. Some months Rowan skipped buying new clothes so Eli could have school supplies. Rain leaked through the garage roof during storms. The old compressor failed almost every winter. Yet every customer who visited left with respect because Rowan never overcharged and never took shortcuts. His reputation spread quietly across neighboring towns, even though wealth never followed. What nobody realized was that Rowan had begun studying every defective engine arriving from Vanessa's factories. Over 10 years, he filled shelves with careful notebooks describing repeated failures. Certain parts always cracked in the same places. Cooling systems failed under similar conditions. Fuel components wore out far too quickly. Rowan wasn't just repairing engines anymore. He was documenting patterns that could have saved the company millions if anyone had bothered listening to an ordinary mechanic. Meanwhile, Vanessa Holloway enjoyed award ceremonies, magazine covers, and international business conferences. Investors praised her rapid expansion while executives celebrated record profits. Whenever engineers warned about increasing warranty claims, their concerns were buried beneath quarterly earnings reports. Replacing defective engines seemed easier than fixing the real problems hidden deep inside production. Then everything changed during one unforgettable spring morning. News spread across television screens that hundreds of the company's newest luxury vehicles had suffered catastrophic engine failures across several states. High-profile clients canceled orders overnight. Government investigations began examining manufacturing standards. Investors panicked. Within weeks, the company's stock value collapsed. Billion-dollar partnerships disappeared almost instantly. The corporation that had looked unstoppable suddenly stood on the edge of bankruptcy. Vanessa spent sleepless days searching for answers. Teams of consultants charged enormous fees without finding the true cause. Engineers blamed suppliers. Suppliers blamed factory managers. Nobody accepted responsibility. Every meeting produced more confusion than solutions. One afternoon, while reviewing old disposal records, a retired operations manager quietly mentioned something unusual. For years, every defective engine had been shipped to one small independent garage instead of being destroyed immediately. Curious and desperate, Vanessa ordered her driver to take her there. She expected a dirty scrapyard filled with rusting metal. Instead, she found one of the most organized workshops she had ever seen. Every shelf contained labeled engine components. Every notebook documented years of observations. Every repaired engine gleamed with careful craftsmanship. Rowan greeted her politely, unaware she was seeing the evidence that could have saved her empire years earlier. As Vanessa examined the shelves, she noticed thick binders stacked neatly against one wall. Inside were thousands of handwritten notes showing identical manufacturing defects stretching back nearly a decade. Rowan had recorded dates, engine models, failure locations, repair methods, and recommendations. The information was astonishingly detailed. He had unknowingly built the investigation her entire corporation had failed to complete. Vanessa realized something painful. For 10 years, she had treated Rowan's garage like a dumping ground. She had never imagined the quiet mechanic would become the greatest expert on her company's biggest weakness. The collapse of her business had not begun with the recent failures. It had begun years earlier when nobody listened to honest workers. Instead of demanding payment for his research, Rowan simply handed her every notebook. He explained that he never wanted revenge. He only believed broken problems deserved real solutions instead of being hidden. Those words struck Vanessa harder than the financial disaster. Working together, Rowan and a team of engineers redesigned the defective engine systems using lessons collected over 10 patient years. Manufacturing standards improved. Safety inspections became stricter. Employees were finally encouraged to report problems without fear. Recovery came slowly, but trust returned even faster than profits. Vanessa publicly credited Rowan for saving what remained of the company. She funded technical education programs for struggling single parents and established scholarships honoring skilled mechanics whose voices had too often been ignored. Rowan refused luxury offices or executive titles. He chose to remain inside his familiar garage, where sunlight poured through the open doors each morning and customers still greeted him by name. The difference was that now his roof no longer leaked, Eli had every opportunity he dreamed of, and the little garage had become a respected engineering training center visited by students from across the country. Years later, Eli graduated as an automotive engineer. During his speech, he looked toward his father and said that the greatest lesson he had ever learned was simple: never measure people by the size of their building, their bank account, or their job title. Sometimes the person everyone overlooks is quietly holding the answer everyone else desperately needs. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to Heartwarming Tales so more people can discover inspiring stories like this one. Speech Balloon special request: comment below with "Kindness always wins" if you believe every hard-working person deserves to be seen and respected. Because sometimes, the greatest heroes never sit in boardrooms. They spend their lives inside humble garages, fixing what others have already given up on, proving that patience, kindness, and quiet dedication can rebuild not only broken engines, but broken lives as well.